Now it is, I think, YouTube Live. On sir, now it is live, sir. I am sharing the link also.
Yes.
And we can start, sir. I think it's a time for us to go ahead and start. You can share this link to all the your
So
students.
I didn't receive the link.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I received, sir. So I will share.
yeah, yeah. So students can join here also, sir.
Okay.
Sir, time. Can we start, sir?
Yes, sir. We can start, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Am I
we can
audible?
start. Yeah, sir. We can start, sir.
Yeah, sir. So, greetings from Savita College of Pharmacy, Savita Institute of Medical and Technical Sciences, Sciences, Chennai. On behalf of the organizing committee, Department of Pharmacy Practice, Sciences College of Pharmacy, I will extend my sincere thanks to all the participants, student, research scholar, and faculties who have joined this webinar entitled Behind the Protocol, Redefining Clinical Research, Careers Through Technology and Personal Branding, organized by Clinosol Research Private Limited, jointly in association with St. Matt's College of Pharmacy and IPA, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Hospital Pharmacy Division. Firstly, I would take this opportunity in thanking our principal, Professor Velmurugan sir, Savita College of Pharmacy, Sciences, and all the faculty members, students, and the research scholar and the management of Sciences in providing this opportunity to host this particular webinar, join in association with one of the finest organization, Clinosol Research Private Limited, Telangana, Hyderabad. And I extend my sincere thanks, gratitude, appreciation, and congratulations to one of our more finest, enthusiastic, more passionate teacher and the mentor, Mr. C.S. Muzibuddin, sir, CEO and founder of Clinosol Research Private Limited, in giving us an opportunity to host this particular webinar within a short period of time. Thank you very much, sir. And also, I would like to thank Uma Priya Madam, who is also another speaker for this particular webinar. Thank you, both of you. And for all the participants, I will let you know about the particular outcomes of this webinar, which is more and more focused on career building opportunity and also how to frame yourself at the resume building, which is a very important part of completing your graduation, and which is also a challenging aspect for the student, for which you require a very proper guidance and also a training, which will be I think it will be assured by both of the eminent speaker, Muzabuddin sir and Uma Priya madam. Thank you all the participants for joining this particular webinar. I would now request Professor Dr. Bhavya madam, Head Pharmacy Practice Department, Savita College of Pharmacy, to introduce the speaker, Mr. C.S. Muzabuddin sir. Madam.
Madam, your voice is low, madam. It's not audible.
No, I think madam mic is not working. Mohan sir, I think we are unable to hear Bhavya madam.
Madam, are you, sir, is it also audible?
Yeah, your voice is audible. Bhavya
Okay.
madam voice is not audible.
Okay, okay. Madam, please kindly unmute, madam.
Mic is not working, I think, Mohan sir.
Madam can use a speaker instead of the mic.
Yeah.
Headphones.
Now I think.
Yeah. Network also seems to be stable.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Very low, very low.
It's low, but it's audible.
But very low.
Very low?
It's okay, madam. I think we can continue.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sir. Good morning, all. I take this wonderful opportunity to welcome our guest and speaker of the session, C.S. Muzabuddin, who is an distinct professor with an exemplary academic foundation holding an MPharm and MSc in clinical research with over 18 years of rich experience across globally recognized organizations such as UPS, Talent, Messenger, Oracle, IQVIA, and has emerged as a leading voice in the clinical research industry, guided by a strong passion for education and mentorship. He established Clinosol Research Private Limited, a platform dedicated to bridge the gap between the academic knowledge and industry demand. Through Clinosol, Mr. Muzabuddin has mentored and successfully placed over 1,000 students since 2019, empowered them with the skills and confidence needed to thrive in the clinical research. His commitment to advancing the field extends beyond the classroom. Since 2020, he has actively participated in premier industry conferences such as ISCR, SDDM, and ACRP, serving as an academic partner, contributing valuable insights to the global clinical research community. Currently, he serves in multiple leadership capacities such as founder and COE for Clinosol Research Limited, associate director in SEP. Under his visionary leadership, Clinosol has earned widespread recognition, being honored with 13 prestigious awards, underscoring the organization's excellence in clinical research training and workforce development. Renowned for his engaging and authoritative presentations, Mr. Muzabuddin is a sought-after speaker at national and international academic and forums. His sessions are known to deliver not only knowledge but also an inspiration, leaving a meaningful impact on audience across the globe. With this short intro, I would like to welcome our speaker of the session. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Mohan sir. And this session is going to be very interesting for the futuristic pharmacist. And I have closely worked with Mohan sir also. So when we were having a discussion with Mohan sir, we wanted to have one webinar about the future. And definitely, I promise you that this is going to be an exciting journey for a pharmacist with technology and also regulations which are being updated day in and day out. Because pharmacy is such a career which we are going to have a different kind of arena in future. It's not about treating a diseases, it's about prevention of a diseases, it's about quality of life of the patients. So how are we going to work on those lines? I'm going to discuss on this. I hope my voice is audible, my screen is visible, and also I am visible. So I think all the answers, I hope it is yes. And thank you, Mohan sir. Thank you, Savita College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, for inviting us to take a webinar. I promise you that another 45 minutes you will enjoy the session. What might be the future of pharmacy and what was the history of the pharmacy. So let's understand where exactly the word pharmacy came from, dispensing to discovery. So earlier we used to be just called as a dispensing and compounder, where a pharmacist used to be just going and doing a compounding and just going and dispensing a medications and just going and doing a counseling of the patients. But how the pharmacist role has grown from the dispensing to the discovery is something journey I'm going to discuss. And now futuristic roles in the discovery also, I'm going to speak about this in the transformation of traditional drug dispensing to the discovery, and also identification of a molecule which can give targeted therapies is something which I'm going to speak today. The pharmacist plays a major role for the development of the health of the individuals, including the discovery of molecules, including the drugs or devices or vaccines or biologics or cosmetics or your nutraceuticals, which and make sure that the health of human being is very good. So that's what we are going to do it in today's session. So the first point, the past role, the historic role. If you carefully see the traditional, the bottles were there, and pharmacists used to sit in the shop, and where pharmacists used to go and dispense the medications in this way. So this is the past job which we were having in this. A pharmacist just was called as a compounder and dispenser, not more than that. So now what might be the future? So the future is in some things like this, that dispensing is there, but not the compounding of medication, but ready-made medications, which are targeted medications based on the omics which is available on the patients. I'll repeat the words that the patients who will come will not take a medication what is already packed. He will go and speak to a patient, or he will go and speak to a pharmacist that my omics or my genetics is this and my data is this. Can you give a targeted treatment, precise treatment to me? That's what is the role of a pharmacist in future. It's called as a precision medicine. One treatment does not fit for all. One dose does not fit for all. One route of administration does not fit for all. And the route of administration, the advancement of route of administration has grown so much. That's what is the role of a pharmacist in the future. So that's the most important. Dispensing of a medication in the community and hospital pharmacy was the past role, but now we are getting the auto dispensers and drone based dispensing. There is no need of a patient to come to a pharmacist, but definitely a pharmacist can take a drone and put a medications and send it to the patient, and patient can take the medications by using a technology which is called as telepharmacy. So going forward, there might not be a direct physical connection within patient and a doctor or a pharmacist or a lab or a nurse. It might be an ecosystem which is integrated with the technology. So the technology is developing so much that there will be an integration, and one app will be developed which can be used by the patient and pharmacist and also doctor and the lab and also the nurse and also the scannings and imagings. So altogether, it means that the technology will grow in such a way or grow in such a way that patient does not need to travel outside to go to a doctor or a pharmacist or anyone to get a medications. It's going to be a drone based dispensing. That's a one more dispensing model which we are going to get. The second model which we are going to get is auto dispensers. So wherein you have a scan code of prescription, you have a prescription which is being given by a doctor as a soft copy, where you can go for a decarbonization. So paper use is reduced. You go a scan code, put it a scan code to a auto dispensers, and then auto dispensing will take the medication, give it to the patient, and take the money from the QR codes, blockchain technology by PhonePe or Google Pay. This is going to be the future. So the dispensing methods is going to be changed, and the need of drug counseling. It's not about counseling just that this medication, this food, this physical exercise, but altogether data-driven decision based on his particular disease conditions, based on omics, based on his physical status, mental status, social status. Altogether, we are playing with the data, and also we are going to respond to the patient that what treatment best suits for you and what is the precise and targeted treatment you have. So this is going to be the future for the pharmacist, going to play a role about the dispensing and also about the counseling of the patient. It's not just that we are going and saying that this interactions might be there, don't take it in pregnancy, it might get excreted like this. We're not going and saying that. We're going and saying beyond that, which is your counseling of the patient. The next point, the pharmacist role at the patient level is something taking a smart pills. Say, for example, a medication is being taken and we are assuming that patient has taken a drug and compliance of the drug has been increased. That's what we are theoretically understanding, but we don't know really the patient has taken the drug or not. So for that purpose, we are putting a capsule and in that we are putting a chip and then it goes into body and gives a message that patient has taken a drug. You don't need to ask questions to a patient saying that have you taken a drug? The patient compliance can be assessed with the help of smart pill. At the patient level, dispensing level, we are going to get auto dispensers. We are going to get the precision medicines. We are going to get the patient centricity. The decisions of the patients are being heard. We are going to get the smart pills, which can be used for patient compliance and how we can do it. So now earlier past roles, pharmacist was just compounding, advising physicians, managing pharmacy inventory and procurement. So now one more very important point here is earlier, we used to have a big books to maintain the voluntary or inventory of the hospitals or medical stores and all those things, that the medications which are going very fast, how we can buy the medications and all. But now AI has got so much advanced that we have ERP systems or we have systems where you just have to put that, okay, these medications are there and system will assess that how many medications we are selling and how many medications are left out. Based on it, it automatically puts an order to the wholesaler that we need these medications in this time. So based on it, we can grow or we can depend on systems more for maintaining inventories and also procurement. And it gives that these medications are expired and don't use these medications also. The medications will give that, okay, this medications, this rack is expired, don't use it. So we are going to have this, and going forward in future, you might see that the temperature control of pharmacy area also, you might put a device in temperature control pharmacy area. Say, for example, the medications has to be controlled in temperature between 25 to 30 degrees. For example, I'm saying this medications are being captured in the same temperature or not is the biggest question, and regulatory authorities have to know about it. Then we are developing the devices which can be put in a pharmacy area, which continuously monitor the temperature and gives message to the systems. And a regulatory authority or tomorrow drug inspector is coming and asking what was your temperature, what was the highest temperature or what was the lowest temperature, and then it can be given by the system. So that's what is the future, that how the futuristic aspect can be made modified with the pharmacist role played at the patient level. So that's the introduction for how it is going to be done. So now traditional hospital pharmacy roles, it was just a IV preparation, therapeutic monitoring and medication safety. For everything, including the IV preparation, preparing the intravenous medication under strictly controlled sterile condition can be done with the automated systems. We can give the automated systems how IV preparation can be modified or IV preparation can be made based on the patients. It's not that one IV works for everyone. It's based on the different disease conditions and disease aspects the IV can be given. The second one, therapeutic monitoring. The biggest one is therapeutic monitoring, the monitoring of drug level for medications, because the therapeutic drug has to be given the rational dose, the rational amount of drug has to be given based on his disease characteristics, based on his severity, and one dose does not suit for everyone. And how we can put it, the therapeutic monitoring is more important, and that is a futuristic area. The medication safety, earlier the drug safety plays major role safeguarding the medication error or lack of efficacy, because most of adverse event happens at the pharmacy areas. That medication is being wrongly taken, wrong route of administration, wrong use of medication. But how we can put the patient in the right track and educating the patient by using the right use of medication. Earlier, the medications were misused or wrongly used because of one big mistake. That is, the patient was not educated as per the medication to be used. But now the biggest problem is the education can't be given like earlier big things. It has to be made as a stories. It has to be made as a nice videos, or it has to be made as gamification, so that patient gets an interest to know about the use of medication and he follows the instruction of a pharmacist. It is not that days have gone where we just go and look at how we can give the medications. The medication safety plays a major role. So that's the second one. The third one. So the first I spoke about the patient level. Second, I spoke about the hospital level. And third one is at the public health or the industry. So this is the biggest aspect which we are going to speak. The first one, pharmacist plays a major role at the public health initiatives. The vaccination models, health screening programs in community settings, we were used to do lot of activities. And we are speaking about data generated or data driven decisions. Say, for example, you are living in Chennai, particular location. In that location, how many fevers are occurring in current time? How can we get that data? How can we go and speak to all doctors and collect that information that during this period, there is a rise of those fevers? Or you take a Google data that how many people are searching for treatment for COVID or treatment for dengue, something like that. We have to take that data and drive a decisions that in particular zone and particular area, this is particular disease which is happening. So we need to clean the surroundings and we need to clean the surrounding for avoiding of mosquitoes and make sure the public health initiatives are being done. So now pharmacist role at the public health, pharmacist role at the governance, and pharmacist role at the society level is you collect the data and you derive the decisions based on the data, that how we can give and propose the best treatments and propose the best health sanity for the people. So that's the futuristic role. The roles which were earlier there, just a production, QA, QC, analytical, R&D, already have been saturated. The new roles which are coming into picture have to be taken care with the technology, regulations, and clinical knowledge, and also high communication skills, innovation skills. That's what is the future aspects about the public health. The second biggest one is patient education. Already I have said that the important role to be played by the pharmacist is to educate the patients. Now, have you seen any videos where patient is being given a video to understand that how this disease is working and what is the treatment to be given? We were earlier just looking the patient as a patient and give treatment and ask him to go. But now we were not taught that patient is a partner, patient is a customer, patient is our family member, patient is a center, and we have to expect that patient has to understand what is the disease and why this disease has got, and what drug we have given, what might be the mechanism of action, what might be the prevention, and what might be the effect of eating the diet and sleeping and also going for a walking or jogging. Are we explaining this all things? Answer is no. How can we make educational content for the patient to understand what was the root cause of a disease, how this has occurred, what was a prevention plan, treatment plan, and where you have to change the dose, where you have to adhere to the drug, where you have to inform to the doctor, where you have to report the adverse event? Are we creating any videos of educational content for the patient counseling or patient understanding? Is something which we are not able to do it. And that's a role which the futuristic pharmacist is playing, that providing the medication counseling and developing the public health educational material for the patients is more important. And future is patient-centric trials or patient-centric treatments, where patient is coming with a disease and he is expecting the pharmacist or a doctor to explain all the diseases and treatment available. And patient is coming and saying that my decision is this to take a treatment, or my decision is this not to take a treatment, my decision is this to control this, all those areas. How can we make that videos is the third point. And the fourth point, very much important, industry applications. The supporting of pharmaceutical manufacturings along with regulatory compliance and following all the regulations, including GCP, GLP, GMP, GDP, JXP, and GVP, and GCDMP. All the regulations or guidelines have to be followed, including NDCT, CFRs, and schedules, all being given by the regulatory authorities, whether we are doing the raw materials and manufacturing and control and quality aspects and analysis and packing and labeling and storing of conditions, and how we are inventorying it is being as per the regulations or not. Because we don't know whether the drug from the raw materials to manufacturing to control to send and to sale and to take the medication, at any point in time, the patient or At any point in time, the drug might lose its efficacy, and at any point in time, drug might get an adverse event. So how are we going to track that? By using a technology which is blockchain technology, is something which we are going to discuss about it. So I spoke about multiple levels where pharmacist plays a role: at the patient level, at the hospital level, at the country level, and also at the industry level. I spoken that how the pharmacist can grow and pharmacists can play a role in the future in India and also in other countries. Yeah, the present job roles which are there. The first one is clinical pharmacy, particularly directly working with healthcare related people to optimize the medication therapy. Remember, understand the mindset of the patient, and data driven decisions is important. It's not just that he will come with signs and symptoms. He will come with a huge amount of data, including wearable data, and he brings a lot of devices with him. That my data is this, my signs and symptoms is this, my history is this, my allergies is this, my parents is this, I want treatment now. So, and it's always remember, it's a polypharmacy. It's not one drug to be taken. It's a polypharmacy. That's why AI can't take our jobs. It's one patient taking 10 drugs along with 10 different aspects, wherein the precise treatment of a pharmacist is more important. That's where the role of a clinical pharmacist is being played. Remember that AI can't take our jobs because every patient is different. Their organs are different. Their medications are different. And we really don't know that what exactly the drug goes into body and does into the body. It's not like a bike or car where you can drive and see that what is the area we are going into it. A drug goes into a body and it reacts into a body, and it might give a different adverse events or different activities and different efficacies. And one small mistake can lead to human lives death. So that's why the role of pharmacist to engage with the health of a patient and with the help of a health with the health of the families is the responsibility of the pharmacist. The second one, the present one more job is specialized pharmacist roles. Now I think this is something which is interesting. The pharmacies can go into specialized roles including oncology, pediatric, or infectious diseases. There are some pharmacists who plays a major role going as a specialist. Like say for example, we have a doctor who is a cardiologist. Why can't we have a techno pharmacist who can work at only cardiology? Because we are not calling as a pharmacist as a pharmacist, we are calling as a techno pharmacist, wherein he is adding a technology with the pharmacy along with the regulation, along with the communication, and also along with the integrated treatments. And remember, it's not just a allopathy treatment we are talking. We are talking about the herbal treatments, Ayurveda treatments, or Unani treatments, or any treatments which are being taken particularly for the patient benefit. So the specialization comes into picture with a lot of growth. So that's what we should understand, that each diseases, each conditions also pharmacist is playing major role. The next role, we are already speaking so much about it, which is pharmacovigilance. The pharmacovigilance has grown so much because of use of technology, and very recently we have one more update from the IPC, which is Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, wherein they have developed their electronic submissions of cases by using an app and toll-free number, and also patient can also report directly, including they have given a toll-free number which ends with 3024, which means that 30 days, 24 hours, it ends with that. It means that you can report any point in time your adverse events. So pharmacovigilance, monitoring and reporting of adverse events, and also medication safety. It's not just a medication safety, but also after taking a medication or before taking a medication, any adverse event or lack of efficacy happens, then also it has to be reported. That's why pharmacovigilance is playing a major role, and the need of signal detection has played a major role, because very recently I think everyone was talking that sudden deaths of youngsters was the effect of COVID vaccine. That's what we were discussing. But now, very recently, 2 days back, one report got published from AIMS. It's not that because of COVID, it has given the sudden deaths of heart attack, but it's because of sedentary lifestyle, because of use of mobile, because of the screens, the screen time, and because of the food habits, because of lack of exercises and lack of workouts and lack of nice sleep. Also the sleep cycle and duration have got changed. Earlier we used to say 9 to 5 is the right sleep, but we are saying now 12 to 8 or 12 to 9 is right sleep. The sleep cycle should not be distracted. The duration of sleep is good, but the cycle of sleep is also distracted. That's why more conditions and more diseases are going to occur, which is your pharmacovigilance. The next one is regulatory affairs, which is submission of CTDs. This is currently it's happening in a huge amount of peak activities, but in future also we might get CTDs and the common technical documents where ensuring the compliance of drug regulation and safety standard is being done. So now how pharmacist is going to play a role in the digital era. So remember a word called as pharmacist is going to have all these things with him along with a and pharmacist will have a tab wherein he can just type a number, he will get all the details. That what was the last date he came, what was the last disease he got, what was his scans, images, EHR data, EMR data, insurance data, telepharmacy data, telemedicine data, and his allergic conditions, medical histories, drug histories, all those things will be coming in the phone with respect to the signs and symptoms. If we give to the system, it might give the data-driven decisions. We have to develop such a apps where system can propose some of the treatments and the doctor or pharmacist can pick it up the right treatments. The emerging digital technology roles are going to be occurring. The first one is telepharmacy. You don't find out the pharmacies in main road going forward. You might have very remote pharmacy areas, but the patient might give his signs and symptoms, or he might give his prescription, ask the pharmacist to send a video content or educational content about the disease or to give the treatment, which is the telepharmacy for remote patient consultation. You don't require a patient to come. So telepharmacy. The second one is medication usage data analysis and patient identification. So medication use data analysis, the how many medications are being used in a particular area, we can identify. The second point, how many medications the patient is using, also the trends and technology we can identify with the respect to data. The last one is the antimicrobial stewardship program. We can do a leadership by using your smart pills, because antimicrobial resistance, the biggest problem is when you stop any antibiotics, it might give very dangerous effects. Also, if you continuously use antibiotics for small things, it might develop antimicrobial activities. That also we can identify with the digital age as a pharmacist. And development of medication related to clinical decision support. Definitely, the clinical decision support will be data driven. Understand it very clearly. The going forward, we might not remember all the drug names and their efficacies, but we have to remember that how we can include the data generated, or how we can use the medication decisions based on data driven decisions. Integration of AI tools for medication management, wherein, for example, the medications have been bought 1 year back, and how we can make sure that within 1 year we are sending this drugs, and after 1 year, if it is getting expired, also we have to get a messages. That's what is the AI which is going to do for medication management. How many molecules are being sold and how many are left out, and how we can manage this inventory is also something we, as a human being, we don't need to do it. And it's something which is integration of AI for the medication management. The drug discovery. This is one of the interesting story. The drug discovery is not just a drugs, but vaccines, which prevents the conditions, biologics, macromolecules, devices, nutraceuticals, and cosmetic products. Remember, it's not just a drugs we are going to identify. It's something which we are going to identify beyond that. That's your vaccines, biologic devices, and nutraceuticals. So the first aspect, we are using one more time technology, digitalization, AI, ML, and data science models for target identification and also product development and formulate and validate every aspect. The virtual screenings are being done and the best formulation is being done. Going forward, it's not the tablets which is going to be given to the patient, because as I said, that patient is a partner, patient is a customer, and we should make sure that patient is not unhappy with the tablet, because tablet is very bitter taste. How can we make it tasty, or how can we make a thing which is not giving a problem to a patient? Either it's a patch, or either it is strip, or any other route of administration which can be given where patient is enjoying to take the medication. It's a new formulation methods. It's not that regular treatments will give, regular aspects will give. How can you formulate it, and how can you validate the efficacy with the real world data? Because once a drug comes into a market, does not mean that you are going to be rocking the stars. It is that how you can collect the real world data, how you can take the surveillance data and put it forward to the regulatory authority for the approvals is something which we are going to have it as validation. So that's the future. that targets developments, formulation, and also validations. Yeah, the workflow already have explained. The target identification, validation, preclinical testings, and also IND application. Earlier, we used to say preclinical testing is very difficult, but organ on chip has been come, and there is always limitation in the development and discovery. Organ on chip can be used to develop a molecule and test it on organs without having animal testings. In vitro testings can be done, and virtual screening can be done with evidences based on affinity predictions and based on the development of the things. So the next one, the clinical research workflow. That the most important part everyone wants to go ahead with the jobs. The first one is clinical operations. How clinical trials can be conducted at the patients and the hospital. This jobs pharmacists can work. You have to take the patients into a particular clinical trial and do a clinical trials. The second one is the collection of data, analysis of data, and validation of data, which is CDM. The third one is statistical analysis, where they will develop the pictures and images. The fourth one is the medical writing team, which is clinical study report they submitted. The fifth one is submission of CTD. So starting from designing of a trial, conduct a trial. The third one, collect the data, validate the data. And the fourth one, write a report. Fifth one, submission of the data, including the pharmacovigilance. So these are the futuristic opportunities where everyone wants to go into this jobs, which is clinical research, CDM, PV, medical writing, regulatory affairs, and SaaS jobs. They wanted to go and work in this particular areas. This is a niche areas where we have a lot of opportunities in these areas. Particularly. So earlier we used to say this is the clinical trial studies, phase 1, 2, 3, 4. But theoretically, we are not asking anything now. It's not one-to-one testing. It's one drug tested in 4 diseases. The other way, it is 4 drugs in 1 disease. So one drug tested in 4 diseases, or 4 drugs tested in 4 diseases, or 4 drugs tested in 1 disease. Drug A, drug B, drug C, drug D. We don't know which drug is acting on which disease. And you have 4 drugs and you have 4 diseases. Which drug acts on which disease, we don't know. So that's the latest designs which are coming into picture. And also the adaptive design, you started something trial here, but during your trial, you are stopping a trial and analyzing the data, and you are modifying the trial designs, which earlier was just a standard traditional method to start and to stop and say that fail or pass. But now we are not saying fail. We are modifying until it goes and ends up with a success. That's what is the latest clinical trial designs and the regulatory authority which are supporting us in performing this. Yeah, so there is one more thing, clinical data management technologies. We have got one of the best technologies now, EHR technology, which is integrated platforms. The electronic data captures. Going forward, it's a zero paper policy. There is no papers. Even governments have initiated this. It's just electronic data captures. Centralized monitoring platforms are there. The advanced data science models are there. And cloud-based collaboration environment is also there for multi-centric this. So now the future of pharmacovigilance, it's a digital reporting wherein the secured portal mobile application enabling the rapid adverse event reporting is there, which is being conducted for the patients and also healthcare providers. The second one, most important one, is called as the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology is something which is tamper-proof, wherein the high amount of ensuring the data is being done, particularly in this aspects. The tamper-proof records, ensuring the data integrity and traceability throughout the safety of reporting data is being done. The third one, automated signal detections. The machine learning algorithms can identify the potential safety signal from vast data sets before human reviews or human being is giving any kind of issues. So that's what is automated signal detection methods also. The next one plays a major role, which is the regulatory affairs and medical writing. The AI-powered documentation generation for standardized section for regulatory submission. It does not now have any papers to be submitted in this section, in this section, in this section. Automatic systems are there which can put this data in sections and every sections. And also there is a checklist that what regulatory bodies have identified previously inspection. Based on it, we have developed the databases and technologies where the checklists are there, which can give a mistakes that these are the mistakes which have been identified. Can you do this update? So that's what is a big advantage we have. The big data, advanced analytics, huge amount of data is coming and we are sitting on data lakes, integrated data platforms, the real-time visualizations, and predictive analytics. So remember, any place, if you go, your job is safe if you have a word called as data. The future is clinical data scientist. Future is clinical data analytics, data visualization, and data predictions. That's what is the big word for the future. And big data and advanced analytical trials can be done. So already have spoken about decentralized and hybrid trials. Remote monitoring can be done for the patient. Patient does not need to come to a hospital to take a drug. It can be remotely taken. It can be remotely monitored and assessed. The data collection through connected device, allowing the participants to participate from home. And it's always virtual visits. It's not completely patient has to come and visit a hospital or pharmacist, virtual visit. And we are using one of the best technology, which is called as wearable technology or watches. So this is the future wherein we are trying to do these activities. The latest advancement for trial design and executions, already have spoken. Adaptive design, the way you started, the way you ended, there might be a lot of changes. The basket designs, single drug for multiple diseases. The electronic consent, patient does not need to come to a hospital or a pharmacist to sign an electronic consent. AI-powered patient matching systems, you can detect a patient who is there in particular area. Digital twins can be developed to give the stimulating treatment before it is being really given to the patients. So which is called as digital twins. What are the required skill sets to come into clinical research? The first one, GCP knowledge. The second one, digital knowledge and technology knowledge. The third one, communication skills. Excellent written verbal skills. A fourth one, analytical skills. All four skills together, you have to come and give the aspects. The tech focused skills, best skills, learn SAS, R, and Python, and EDC tools, Medidata, Oracle, Clinical, or Inform. Understand GDP, HIPAA regulations, blockchain technology, machine learning concepts for predictive analytics. So how is Clinosol helping? Clinosol help you guys with specialized trainings, all those things, whatever we have spoken, we provide a lot of trainings on this. The structured model covering latest technology in clinical research and CDM, PV, medical writing, and regulatory affairs. We provide hands-on workshop with colleges and institutions. We provide career developments for your CV enhancement interviews and also personalized mentorship. We provide the placement support also for the students. And next level of jobs and future outlook, digital clinical trial manager, real world evidence specialist, global regulatory strategist, AI implementations, patient experience directors are the futuristic jobs wherein the technology is transforming the clinical research. Pharmacist combined with clinical and technical jobs is a deadly combination. That's the future what you are having. So I think this is my last slide. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. Before I leave you, I just wanted to give a heads up that we have at 7 o'clock one more webinar planned for Canadian opportunities in clinical research. Anyone is interested to join in this webinar, please reach out to our team. Our team will be happy to help you with Canadian opportunities. We have an office in India and Canada. So anyone who wants to migrate to Canada and work in clinical research and want to know what are the opportunities and what is the immigration process, you can join at 7 o'clock today webinar. So with that short note, I wanted to thank Mohan sir, and I'd not be able to take questions because already Uma is waiting for taking the session. So I'll hold my slide, but I'm here. You can take it forward. Mohan sir, thank you. I might have ran a little bit fast because of the time gap, but Uma is waiting for me to start the session, sir. So any other feedbacks, Mohan sir, if you wanted to give quickly so that I can hand it over to Uma. Students can put questions, sir. I'm happy to answer at the end.
Okay. So participants, kindly get informed that if at all you have any questions, okay, put on the chat box. It will be responded at the last end of the session. Okay. From your presentation, as an academician, I have learned something which I want to summarize it very clearly regarding which I have made a note of it also. Number one is the digitalization and application of AI in pharmacy practice and profession, where you have elaborated things in terms of how to receive and allot medications in the pharmacy, and how to make the ledger and the storage of stocks, And the very important thing is maintenance of record of the dispensed drugs particularly, and information regarding the EHR, patient record and the patient monitoring. And the very finest part is regarding the medication order management system and the clinical decision support system, where I think we are not possibly finding this in most of the hospitals right now in India. Maybe some corporate hospitals which have been NABH accredited and JC accredited, they do have the CDSS system, which is the clinical decisions support system. And another part is regarding the future career opportunities, where we have discussed regarding pharmacist role in AI materialized regulatory affairs, which is a very new one, which I heard through your presentation. And another thing is advanced statistical implementation in inventory control and management. And these are the very new things which I have come across through your presentation. And as an academician, it is somewhat an instrumental for me to look into these areas and explore for the research projects for R&D farm students and farm students. Thank you very much for the presentation,
Sir, whatever you need support, please let us know, sir. We are happy to sign an MOU. We are happy to give SPSS training, statistic trainings. We are happy to conduct some workshop, hands-on workshop. If your students want to do some research projects and surveillance studies, we are happy to help your students. Whatever areas we wanted, we can collaborate, sir. Uma, I think it's a time for you to start the session. Just a time check, Uma, if you can check the time. Mohan sir, can we start, or do we have introduction of Uma Priya by any chance?
So we will introduce Madam.
Yeah.
Actually, the very second speaker is Uma Priya Madam, who will be giving you a topic on resume building.
Right. This is the most interesting session, I think.
Yeah. And that is a very need of heart for all the graduating students at their final year. I request Professor Dr. Bhavya Madam to please introduce the speaker of the second session. Uma Priya Madam.
My request to Bhavya Madam and Mohan sir is to keep it as short as possible, because I want the students to listen more than learning about me or Mujit so more. So
Okay,
topic is important.
Bhavya Madam, please.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you're on.
So I'll give a short intro about Uma ma'am, who is the second speaker of the session. So she is currently founder and director for Clinosol Private Limited, and she has completed her MSc MBA, and currently she holds around 20 years of experience in the industry, and she is an expertise in CR, CPM, and also she is an expertise in SAS. Her leadership qualities are the project management, process management, data testing, and strategic management. And there are a lot more to say about Uma Priya. But I would have it would be very long, so I will just complete the introduction. So Uma Priya is a remarkable journey from a junior associate to a co-founder and director. Exemplifies her dedication, expertise, and visionary leadership in the healthcare and clinical research industry. The short intro, I would like to welcome our speaker of the session, Uma Priya ma'am. Session is over to you now.
Thank you so much, Bhavya ma'am, and thank you so much, Mohan sir, for your kindness and the sweet introduction, short and sweet, which is what I generally prefer. Right. This is my slide deck. But before I could move on to my slide deck, so one pain that always comes in my mind, that why I have not taken a pharmacy when I had completed my intermediate. But unfortunately, I have landed up in the clinical research industry, and where I have contributed largely to the patient care, which gives that kind of a satisfaction to me. Though on the front end or the back end, I have supported all the clinical operations, the data management, the data cleaning part, or statistical analysis, with my kind of an expertise from the life sciences background and the computers background that I have along with my life sciences background. But today, I interact with so many students, right, from the medical doctors or the dental doctors, the pharmacists, right, the life sciences people or the allied sciences people. I have advice for everybody. I have the kind of a respect for each and every kind of a field or the education background, because all the five fingers will make the hand, the grip of the hand strong, right? So we are all coming from the healthcare profession and the industry, and definitely we all have to work hand in hand. That is what the message I want to give before I could start this session. And as I'm interacting now with the pharmacists, the next gen, techno pharmacists, which Mujib sir defines always, I have few questions. I want to not make it boring. I want to not make it more kind of a technical or technological. I want to make it more kind of a fun and interactive over here. So my request to all the students here who are participating to answer my questions in the chat box, where I really would like to make it more interactive so that you can connect with the subject I'm going to teach, or the topic that I'm going to give a glimpse about or an overview about. So my first question to all the pharmacists out there is, if your resume is like a drug label, okay, if I'm asking to make your resume as a drug label, what are you going to define your resume as? I'll give you the options. You just have to type A, B, C, or D. Okay, that's it. My first option is your resume as a drug label. Okay, I hope you had understood the question. My first option is for a rapid relief from unemployment, or the option B is may cause drowsiness in recruiters. Number 3 is store in a confident place. And number 4, recruiters requires booster doses of skills every 6 months. So what would be your drug label if your resume is a kind of a drug label? Okay, I'll repeat the options one more time. Rapid relief from unemployment, may cause drowsiness in recruiters, store in a confident place, require booster doses of skills every 6 months. So this is your first question of the day. So by now you might have had a type of a resume. Uh, let's deep dive into what are the elements that you have, what are required, what are you lacking in, how you can improve. So Mujib sir has spoken a lot about the latest advances, the technologies, lots of things. These everywhere, every place, what we have is only machine learning, AI, the predictive analysis, patient recruitment, patient counseling, patient care. Sir has spoken extensively about the DCTs, the real world evidence studies, the integrations of all the technologies, and the next innovative apart from pharma, which is growing, is more about the biosimilars, biologics, and the cell and gene therapies, the innovations, especially for the autoimmune conditions such as your cancer and other autoimmune conditions such as arthritis and all. So latest advancements already has touched upon, so I'm not going to take a deeper dive into it. The adaptive trials, because earlier we never used to change the design in between the study. Now we are changing the study. We are again redoing entire kind of a thing for a better result. Biomarkers, the Internet of Things, and the patient-centric trials, blockchain. These are all the latest technologies, and definitely there is a high need to bridge the academia with the industry, because the industry is very fast-paced. It's really growing like anything. But where are we standing? We are still in our classrooms. That is really good. That's a basic foundation for us. But how are we going to connect this knowledge with the industry skills, or the requirement of the industry, the need of the hour with the technology invention, also the disease burden that we have in this industry, especially in the healthcare industry. So let me directly jump into my topic, which is the resume building, why industry relevant skills are required, and what is ATS and why does it matter. Okay. So let's touch upon the key points. ATS is called as an applicant tracking system. Workday, there are multiple kinds of tools we have. Most of the companies are using Workday as one such applicant tracking system. You might have seen if you are opening some LinkedIn application, it's taking to my Workday. Okay, that is where you have to understand the company has implemented an automated tracking system where it's going to filter more than 75% of the resumes. If your keywords are not matching with the keywords that the company has given for that particular job, your profile is not going to get through the system first before it could reach and reach to a human eye, which is the HR. So it must include the keywords I have given as per the clinical research industry. You can add as per whatever industry you are interested in. That may be clinical pharmacy, whatever may be that industry you want to manufacturing, production, whatever may be that industry, you can add the relevant skills. Okay. So for clinical research, it's GCP, which is the given by the ICH, and then the EDC tools, the SAS, CDC sir has extensively spoken about all these tools. Zero experience, no worries, because everyone starts at zero and then grows, right? We are all at zero now. Definitely going forward, we'll gain 1 to 10 years, 15 years of experience. Also, we can even see people becoming vice presidents in the next 10, 15 years. So if you are at the fresher level, always focus on your projects, not the academic projects, definitely, but on the industry relevant projects, the internships, as well as the certificates such as the GCP certificate or the SAS certificate. If you are in kind of a biostats or statistical backgrounds, then always try for a CD standard learning or the SAS certification. Such kind of things you have to add to your resume. Then always avoid the generic resumes. I hope every one of us will copy a resume from someone. Okay. So while copying, how many of you have copied the skills in the same way? Hardworking, goal-oriented, team player, such kind of skills. How many of you have copied without knowing the actual value and meaning of it? You have to think about that. Okay, let's see the comparison of a poorly crafted versus a well-crafted resume. How a poorly crafted resume looks like. It will not have an impactful summary. It will just have name, contact number, and education. But a well-crafted resume will have an engaging summary highlighting what is your educational background, what are the skill sets that you possess for that particular role for which you are applying to, and if you have any internship experience or any exposure through any projects, and where you want to land up in the next 5 years. So just within the summary, so when we go through the resumes, when we finalize the candidates through just the resume, what we generally see is the summary. Not more than 6 seconds we spend on this. So if the summary is good, we move ahead with the next sections. If the summary is not impressive, we keep it out from our side. So you have to focus on this. Then comes the generic skills, such as just now I have mentioned the team player, hardworking kind of terminologies, but specific skills relevant to that particular role. If it is a CRC role, example, clinical research coordinator, you have to showcase that you understand what kind of a data you're going to receive from the patients, how to recruit the subjects in the clinical trial, what kind of documentations, essential documents are required to conduct the clinical trials. You understand the roles and responsibilities of the different stakeholders, such as the sponsors. Sponsors are the manufacturing companies, okay? The investigators are nothing but the medical doctors, okay? The regulatory authorities, such as institutional review boards or independent ethics committees. What are the different regulatory authorities you have knowledge about, such as the FDA, such as the EMEA, such as the TGA, what PMDA? These are the different regulatory authorities. And IND application, NDA application, ANDA application. What are the differences between these applications and their importance in clinical trials or submissions? And then definitely the experience. College projects are not going to work because they are restricted to the academic area, not to the industry skill. Okay, you always have to add the relevant work exposure, the knowledge, and the achievements. Do not type in your resume that you have participated in a seminar or a conference as your achievement. If you have truly achieved something, you have counseled 100 patients, right? Or you have reported 100 ADRs or at least 10 ADRs, right? You have participated in a voluntary community health kind of a thing, program, or you have done a health survey. So you have received an award for that and you have published your data. These are all that comes under your experience, your knowledge, as well as your achievements. Okay, not not the projects or not the programs that you have attended. Have a clear differentiation between that. And then if you don't have any certifications, no active LinkedIn profile, people are not going to take a look at. You always have to showcase the industry level certifications such as GCP, and then the professional network, what kind of a professional network you have in LinkedIn, how many connections you have in LinkedIn. So after your CV getting selected, every recruiter is first looking at your LinkedIn profile to see what kind of a content you are posting, how frequently you are posting, how it is relevant to their role that they are going to recruit for. So these are all the things that they are looking at. So I think everyone will be having the social networking platforms or your accounts in Insta, or I don't know what are the other two, Snaps, or I don't know. So, but apart from that, I'm not against to that, but always have a professional networking with LinkedIn. What are the essential do's and don'ts when you are building up your resume? Is summary with the keywords where 80% more likely to get noticed by the recruiters. All the technical skills, including the soft skills, which gives you at least 60% of more likeliness to get shortlisted for the job role. And then the projects and the certifications, which gives you one more time the visibility and LinkedIn and publications, which is very much needed in this kind of a competitive world. And as per the statistics, latest statistics, you are going to compete at least, if I'm taking out people who are going for MS, if I'm taking out people who are going for the traditional roles, right? And those who are going into the academic fields as a professors or lecturers or whatever may be the field. If you are removing all these people and the people who are having backlogs, you are going to compete at least for one role. You're going to compete with 6 people like you across India. So just imagine the kind of competition and how you stand out is what you have to always think about. So the strict don'ts are, don't add that you like to listen to the music, you want to play drama, music, and theater arts. Okay, these are all relevant for the industry. If I'm going to recruit for patient care, definitely I don't want to know what your hobbies are, what do you do in your free time. I'm not very much bothered about it, unless and until it is relevant to community kind of events. Just I have said, if you are volunteering, working in a voluntary kind of a network where you are helping the patients as a hobby kind of a thing, still that is considered. Okay. But do not put any irrelevant hobbies in your resume, which lessens your possibilities of getting shortlisted. Don't give long paragraphs always when there are points. Use bullet points. And yes, unprofessional emails, which I see very vastly. In my experience, I have seen, all the recruiters might also have seen, such as schoolboy123. Who is this schoolboy? Definitely it's not something that is professional. Okay, always have your first name dot last name and then your Gmail, Yahoo mail, whatever mail you want to choose. Always have a professional mail ID. And when you are giving your contact number on your resume, make sure that you are available for the recruiters. Once you start applying, you should not be putting your phone switched off or in silent mode. Not answering is considered to be a disciplinary issue, and recruiters have so many other options to choose, not just you, right? So why personal branding matters? So if I'm searching about Savita College in Google, I'm getting so much of responses. I'm seeing the kind of programs they are doing. I'm seeing the kind of expertise they have, right? But if I'm searching you coming from such a prestigious institution, if I'm searching on your name in Google or LinkedIn, what kind of results I'm getting, that matters a lot. So what kind of a personal branding you are creating for yourself always matters in this competitive world and this industry. So always recruiters will be checking your LinkedIn. Be careful. What you post matters a lot. And then always build that credibility and the network. Always connect with the like-minded people. You are sitting in a part of the country. We are sitting in a part of the country. We are connected now, right? So how are you going to connect with the others who are having the very like-mindedness like you, who are from the same background? What kind of a learning they are having? Where are you falling short? Or where are you really good and where you can make others learn? This is where the knowledge spreads, and you will be getting that kind of a visibility in the industry. Okay, so always have a professional networking. Join such kind of communities where you can talk to the like-minded people, gain knowledge, share your knowledge as well, and showcase your expertise beyond your resume with publications, with projects, capstone projects these days, hackathons, lots of things are happening. Mujib sir is personally mentoring students in that regard for the application building, for mental health, or for any such kind of projects which students are coming up with new ideas. Mujib sir and me, we are all supporting with the industry support. You can come up with such kind of publications. Project sir has already given that assurance to you, right? So these kind of things have to be published over your LinkedIn profile to get that visibility. Always, this kind of activities will improve your job opportunities. So when I was asking students what is the blockbuster drug, because you are all from the pharma industry, so people are not able to answer. People are not able to differentiate between the branded molecule and the generic molecule. What kind of a research happens? So this is so pathetic. This saddens me to hear that students from pharma industry, pharma background do not know these basic kind of things. Which drug is the hit drug or the blockbuster drug in the market, which is having the most sales, which companies we have. So when I was asking students in a college, what is Pfizer, Novartis, Merck, right? All these companies, Amgen, they do not know these company names at all. They only know Dr. Reddy's, Aurobindo, Hetero, but they don't even know what are the branded producers or in India. And most of the students have failed to answer the definition for drug itself. So this is not a company would expect from you, right? So always have that kind of a upgradation of your knowledge. And when you definitely create your LinkedIn profile, always have a professional photo with a professional banner with a lab coat would be add-on. At least if not, have a headshot, very clear picture, no selfies, nothing unprofessional, okay? And then headline always have to be relevant, a clinical research enthusiast. I have given as per the clinical research, what are maybe the industry that you are interested in, you can add it up. Then the GCP certification, if it is clinical research industry, which is a must. And then if you are an aspirant for clinical data science or AI technology inspires you, you can put it out over there. And you have to be a very good storyteller, a person who can convince with your skills and knowledge. Okay, so always add a very nice story to what you have done so far, what you have learned so far, what are you aspiring to learn, and then with the relevant industry keywords in your about section. Then your experience, what kind of internships you have taken up, what kind of projects and volunteer work you have taken up for the patient benefit has to be added, and then the skills and endorsements, such as anybody wants to endorse you, always have that kind of an endorsement, but don't be behind any professional for this. If you have really done under your HOD, your principal sir, or from Mujib sir, you can definitely ask for the endorsement for the good work that you have done. And always share the articles, post updates, insights, and be careful. Even though LinkedIn is a professional networking platform, do not type in interested, do not keep it like open to work. Okay, so this interested is a dangerous kind of a word. So people are even giving mail IDs. Companies do not require your mail IDs. Your interested word, they will be only looking at your profile applied through their official career page. Always have this in mind and don't get into the trap. People are saying that no interview, nothing. All of a sudden 40,000, 50,000, 6 lakh, 7 lakh package, you are running behind, and so many students have lost their money because of these traps. Don't get into such kind of a trap. When we had started our career, we had started way back in 2004 with 1,500 rupees as a stipend. But when we had resigned, we have reached to 15, 17 lakhs or 24 lakhs even. So how it was possible? Because we have started at that stage and we have learned through different phases of our life. So career is a long run, not a short kind of a 100-meter race that you have to just run 100 meter and you are saying that you won. Remember Sachin Tendulkar, how long his career is, right? Remember MS Dhoni, how long his career is. The consistency is important over here in this industry. You have studied for 15 years, but your new life is starting here for the next 15 years. So be careful when you're starting your career. Education, you can mug up something, you can write, get the marks, but industry is not so. Every day is a challenge. Every patient is new patient. Every person is different when you're treating them. So you always have to be very cautious because you are dealing with very sensitive patient information, very sensitive health records and the data. Confidentiality, ethics, is on the top apart from your skills. So what you have to post in LinkedIn, definitely the industry trends, latest FDA approvals or any CDSCO, DCGA approvals or any new regulations. If you are learning them, you can definitely update. You can share your certifications and achievements. Some people are giving some free certificates. You can gain that, such as NIDA, all these people. You can go do those certificates, 21 CFR Part 11. You can post that as an achievement of gaining that certificate. Then comes if you have done any research work, those summaries with infographics you can share and always engage with the experts. Mujib sir, me, we all having so much of LinkedIn connects from this CRO industry. You can connect or you can follow the company pages which you are interested in. Some people like Novartis, some people like Biocon, right? Some people will be liking Pfizer. You can follow those pages and see what kind of a new research they are taking up or carrying out for the patient benefit across the globe. So Mujib sir has already spoken vastly about the training that we provide. We are collaborated with academia, industry, CROs, the academic institutions or associations such as ICR, Indian Society for Clinical Research, Society for Clinical Data Management, and Association for Clinical Data Management. These are all the associations that we are collaborated with. Because of that reason, we understand the industry requirements very effectively. We conduct lots of workshops, expert sessions, and industry visits also for the CROs for you to understand how these clinical trials happen in general. And then we also conduct the faculty development programs because faculty is the first point of contact for the students. If the faculty is lacking in its skill or the knowledge about the industry, the kind of job roles available for them, then definitely students will not be getting that kind of a guidance where we were having lots of trouble when we were students because our faculty were not knowing about the latest kind of a technology or the openings or the career opportunities where we had struggled a lot. We don't want that to happen with the next generation. So we have so many courses. We customize the courses as per your interest and the skill. And then we have lots of CRT programs as well. We are doing it across all the colleges, all the universities in India. And we have 360-degree career development program. All our students become alumni. They don't leave us because we provide that reskilling and upskilling, which is very much needed in the industry because the technology is growing from Gen AI to agentic AI tomorrow, we don't know what kind of a technology will come. In such scenario, to survive or to get that kind of a success, you need to upgrade your skills, which is what we are providing to our students. So we give even hands-on training to our students, real-time projects, because we have worked in the industry, we understand, and we give such kind of trainings to you. We facilitate all these kinds of things to you. And since its inception till date, we have achieved so much, but still a lot is pending because we have to empower lots of students. Every year, 1 lakh students are coming. We are trying our best to reach to all of them to provide that kind of a learning and the exposure. You can connect with us for all our free webinar programs. Mujib sir has spoken about the Canadian immigration. Recently, we had the careers in America, right? The US students, we have tied up with one, we had a collaboration with one US organization, IBR from Tamil Nadu itself. They are operating from Tamil Nadu as well. And we have so many such international collaborations. We are the only organization running from Canada also. And we are going to provide what kind of support you need for your career development. We are open for that. And with this short kind of a presentation, I stop it over here. I hand over it to the management to take it forward and request my team to share the feedback link over here. So we always believe in face-to-face kind of a learning much because of the distances, time. We have taken this as online, but definitely we expect the college management to take it up forward for offline session or a workshop for a real-time technical topic learning. Bhavya madam or sir, Mohan sir.
Yeah, madam. It was a nice presentation regarding a debriefing of the steps in more
So your
it is a
voice is
generalized question, maybe they have to. Am I audible, madam?
Now it's audible, sir. It was breaking earlier.
Yeah, okay. A few minutes, voice is breaking. Okay, fine. So the thing is, presentation was step by step. Step by step profiling of LinkedIn is very perfectly good. Since it is a webinar, it was like a slide, and if at all it is a hands-on training, I think it will be much more better. So what I will try to work it out with the management and talk with the dean. So what we may come up with a short-term training program regarding resume building and LinkedIn optimization. And it was nice to hear from you. And one more thing which I want to mention right now is regarding the partnership or the memorandum of understanding. If at all Mujib sir is agreeing to share any forms or application, I can discuss with the faculty team and the management so we can come with a very result fruitfully. And it was nice talking to you, madam. And if any questions are there, I request the students, participant to post in the group so what it will be responded by the madam. Or anybody. Madam, if possible, you can unmute the participant if at all they want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Advice by hand.
So I have allowed the participants to unmute and interact with us. So our team has posted a feedback link over here. Please provide your constructive feedback to us so that we can make it more impactful and much more better and meet all your expectations. And Kushal Verma has asked a question. What are the ways someone can receive job postings aside from LinkedIn? Uh, Kushal, 87% of the recruiters are posting or using LinkedIn itself. Apart from LinkedIn, you can only go through their career pages, which is really difficult because we have more than 3,000 plus CROs and pharma companies. So going to every career page is really a difficult task for anybody. So there are some companies, some manipulators who are diverting the career page link to their kind of websites. Okay. So you are going through their website, you are and they are advertising over there, which is something I don't suggest generally. Always go through the career pages of the company's website or any company recruiter is posting. Okay, that is the genuine kind of a thing. Don't follow any WhatsApps or don't follow any kind of personal mails. If someone is posting from any Gmail kind of a thing, don't believe in such people where it's kind of a malicious kind of a thing where I have heard that even they are selling out the students' data with 1 rupee, 2 rupees, and students are getting so many threatening calls or data privacy issues are happening, especially to the girls or women. They are getting into trouble because over internet nothing is safe. So anybody or anything can be hacked over internet. So when you are sharing your personal information, make sure that the people that you are sharing is authentic. So always use the career pages or the LinkedIn. Verify the HR profile whether that particular HR is really working with that company or not. You can see with their connections, you can see the verified badge of that HR. Then only you have to apply to that job.
So a participant, if you have any doubt, you can raise your hand. So what madam will be able to answer you.
So you can ask any type of technical questions, any type of general questions also. Don't hesitate because this opportunity doesn't happen daily, right? Okay. Farzana is asking about she's B after B Pharmacy. What are the job openings you can apply? Okay, you can start with clinical research coordinator, where you will be working with the clinical trial sites, where you will be managing the patient-related information, the demographic, vital signs, whatever you name it. Okay. On the electronic case report forms or case report forms, you'll be documenting all this information. You'll be making the site ready for the audits and the inspections. You can do such kind of regulatory activities and also take care of the patient's data, and here no one else can enter other than the life sciences or the pharma background people. Okay, and we understand what vital signs the units, right? the laboratory values, which are correct, which are wrong, we only can understand. Because of that reason, you are eligible for the CRC opening. Then the monitor role, where the sponsors will be hiring for monitoring the sites, where right from the feasibility check, whether the site is feasible for the clinical study or not, right from that stage, ongoing monitoring when the study gets started in the site, and also when the sites close out the clinical trial phases, after third phase or whenever the site gets closed, you can prepare all those documents. You can work in that area as a clinical research associate or clinical trial associate. Okay, these are the entry roles. And especially being from pharma background, you are very much eligible for the pharmacovigilance jobs, where the pharmacology comes into picture more, where you understand more of mechanism of actions of the drugs, right? So where you can work extensively in pharmacovigilance department, because reporting the adverse drug reactions, especially the serious adverse reactions, is very much important until the drug vanishes from the market. This is a mandatory by the regulatory authority right from the clinical trial phases, in the post-marketed phase, right, until the drug is there, including the generic market. Okay, not just the branded molecules. So it's a very vast industry you can work with, and you can, if you are interested, you can work in the regulatory department for ECTD submissions, electronic common technical documents. Country-specific documentation is also there if you are interested in US submissions, UK submissions, or European submissions, or any Australia submissions. These roles are across the globe. Don't worry about your career, because all these are coming from the Western countries. So if you're going to migrating to America, Canada, any European countries, you name a country, we have clinical research jobs. Some countries are having less research, such as the Middle East. Apart from that, you have research growing across the globe. So all these developed Western countries have a role for you. Either you go for MS or you work here, you have a role for you.
So is it safe to pursue MBA in pharmaceutical management after B.Pharm? That is the next question.
Definitely. Definitely you can pursue, because we need lots of business development managers who can get the projects, who can, give business to these pharmaceutical companies. You have a huge kind of a respect, as well as the remuneration for people from pharma background with MBA who can bring the relevant projects.
So I am a PharmD student. What certification or short courses would you recommend for someone aiming to work in global pharma companies?
Okay. So whatever Mujib sir has spoken about, right from clinical research, which is clinical operations, we say clinical trial area, then pharmacovigilance. Being a PharmD, you are eligible for more courses than B.Pharm, including the medical writing, where in medical writing, the companies are looking for a master's degree, not a bachelor's degree. So you are equivalent to M.Pharm, PharmDs are equivalent to M.Pharm degrees, master's degree. You are eligible for the clinical trial roles, pharmacovigilance roles, medical writing roles, regulatory affairs roles. These are all the eligible areas as per your interest and skill. If I'm speaking about data management, you should be more logical. If I'm speaking about PB, you should be more towards the pharmacology skills. Okay. If I'm speaking about medical writing, you should be more towards the writing skills. The scientific writing should be your passion. Okay. Depending on your interest, your skill, you have to choose these kinds of things. If the regulatory environment, such as the rules, regulations, law, attracts you, then get into the regulatory. So these are all equivalent to the IT kind of jobs, where you will be working on desktop. Salaries are sometimes much more than the IT, and these jobs are recession proof. If your performance is really good, this is recession proof. You have only, the ladder is always going upwards, never comes down. So many novel therapies, including biologics, biosimilars, are being developed, the vaccines. Mujib sir was speaking about the preventive care first. So because of this reason, until the drug development, device development, the vaccine development, biological, biosimilar development is there is no recession for your jobs, and AI cannot take any of the jobs, because we cannot predict, once we are giving the drug to the human, how it's going to act inside that body. We are all different. Because of that reason, no AI technology can invade into that area, and even to even the machines to perform, we have to give the knowledge to it. So only we can give that kind of input to these machines. For that, we are needed. Jobs will not lose. We'll be getting more other types of jobs, but core knowledge has to be there to train these systems. So for PV, definitely you have to add all the relevant kind of case processing. What are the different sources? What are the different types of ADRs? The classification of ADRs. What are the global regulations? The GPVP regulations. Okay, global pharmacovigilance regulations, EMA regulations. Right, the timelines of serious adverse event reporting. Right, to whom you are reporting. What are the timelines? Okay, for serious adverse events, the follow-up reports. What is the timeline? The initial report timelines. So these are all the different terms. First, you have to learn. Don't just put on the words. If the interviewer is asking you, you are not able to answer, then that doesn't make any sense. First, learn and then you put up your resume on the relevant kind of a thing. Okay, you have to follow the workflow. We have right from the receipt of the case till the medical review, risk management plan, narrative writing, medical coding. We have so many things in between, right? But you should be knowing that entire flow, though you are working initially at the case processing itself. You should be understanding from where you are getting these cases first. Now, with all the latest technology, the smartphones, we are getting real world evidence from the smart devices, smart watches, the devices. So from where you are getting this information? The social media, internet, medical legal cases, clinical trial cases, what is solicited, what is unsolicited. You have to learn all these terminologies, then only you are eligible to apply. Okay.
So for clinical research related jobs, do we need to complete any special course or can we get a job based on our degree itself?
Okay, with degree, it is you may be getting a job, but growing, surviving in the industry is difficult. Okay, companies may be recruiting because of the sudden project that's coming up, where you are getting that qualification, which is the basic criteria. As per ICH, International Council for Harmonization, you should be qualified first. You are already qualified. Second thing is qualified by the certificate. Okay, training and certificate, which you do not have, which is the GCP certificate, which you should be gaining. The third thing is experience. Definitely, you will not be going to get all of a sudden the experience. Internship is the way for all the freshers. Go and though it is unpaid, work with the hospitals. Try to understand how the data varies in clinical trials because every phase in its own is different. Stage 1 is different from stage 2. The phase 2. Phase 2 is different from phase 3. Right? You should be understanding what kind of patient information you are getting on these forms or the data, out of which data you need for analysis, which data you are leaving behind. So if you are very thorough with that, you can get a job easily. These are the skills that you need. As I said, if you want to get into the clinical research area, you should be understanding what is informed consent form, how to collect the informed consent form, right? How to work on the case report forms, how to close that data. All these things you have to know. PV, the relevant skills. It's a very big industry. The time is really not sufficient for me to answer these questions, but definitely I would like to interact with you in an offline mode where I'll be explaining in detail about each and every role. Mohan sir, my sincere request to answer such questions would take really 1 to 2 days where I want them to learn in a hands-on way where we are giving that kind of an exposure where they are developing these ICFs, the protocol summaries, right? And then the clinical study reports, right? The ECRFs, when they are designing all these things, when they are writing the logics, all these summaries, narrative summaries, then they will be understanding the industry in a better way and they can use these skills for their career search as well as growth in the career.
Is mathematical skill, probability, statistics, or computer languages, machine learning beneficial for better job role and package, especially for an unexperienced individual?
Definitely, because when we are saying Savita is number one, with the data only we are saying. So if I'm saying ICICI Bank is number one, I'm saying Apple phone is the best. With the data, I'm saying. So even for clinical trials, what we need is data. Regulators are not going to see 4 or 5 years of data. It may take years to get that for them, right? Within 1 to 2 years, if the drug has to be get approved, then definitely we have to follow the mathematical statistical principles, the mean, median kind of a thing. And then you have to report the results on a graphical representation, bar charts, the diagrams and all that stuff. For that, you definitely need such kind of skills. Even as at a fresher level, as an unprofessional or unexperienced level, you still need these kinds of the data analytical skills. Definitely. They're add-on plus.
Ma'am, can you analyze the certification courses which plays major role in getting into clinical research?
There are so many certifications, certifications, my dear. But the industry level certifications. If I speak about the professional level certifications, such as CCRA, CCRP, Certified Clinical Research Associate, or Certified Clinical Research Professionals by ACRP, right? SOCRA. These are all for the professional level. After 3 or 4 years of experience, if you are gaining this kind of certifications, you can get global roles and global opportunities in abroad countries. Okay. But when it comes to the normal certification courses, you can just go through any kind of a organization which is genuine, because these days so many fake people have come into this training industry. They are having 1 2 years experienced people. Just imagine one thing, that if one study is happening for 10 to 12 years, if a person is working for 10 to 12 years, hardly he's seeing 2 to 3 protocols. So people with 1 to 2 years experience, what kind of a knowledge they will be gaining on end-to-end kind of skills that you have to understand. So always check for the genuinity of that institution, the people who are going to train you, what kind of studies they have done, what experiences they carry, and their LinkedIn profiles, their connections. Then you take a decision and do the courses. So many organizations are giving such kind of courses. If you want to uh, look for such kind of courses, Clinosol is also providing such kind of courses. But we can do collaboratively with Savita University, where you can get as a part of the MOU.
Can we do these courses in online, like Udemy courses, Sarah, etc.?
They're all superficial, my dears, because 87% of you can check the stats. It's not me who is saying. Google it. 80% of such kind of online courses are not giving relevant industry skills. So because of that reason, the companies are not preparing. They are all just getting an idea, because 100 rupees, 200 rupees, you are not even getting a movie ticket these days in metropolitan cities. So if you are giving 100 rupees, 200 rupees, if I have gained 20 years of knowledge, definitely I may not be ready to give my skills with 100 rupees, right? Because I had worked really hard in the industry. Anybody would have been in the very same position. If they are giving, either they are getting the material free of cost, they have picked some from somewhere, right? So competitors will be doing such kind of practices also. They join as student also, and they steal all the material they reproduce. So we are a trademark company. We have IPR though. Okay. So such practices also happen. So don't believe in such kind of things. Always do the background check. So ACRP is also offering courses, but they are all very costly. SOCRA, ACRP also offers such kind of relevant courses where they are very, very costly. If you are able to afford it, if you are affluent, definitely you can go for such kind of courses. Knowledge is free. It's available everywhere, but what you pick from that is important.
So, participant, any more doubts are there to be clarified?
Thank you so much for so many questions, so many doubts. I'm really happy that students really want to get a job and they want to grow. Getting a job may not be difficult, growing in a job is difficult. I'm seeing lots of responses, lots of questions over here. I'm so happy, because this is what is lacking in this society, in this, especially post-COVID, in the students. I'm liking this kind of a discipline, Mohan sir. That online sessions, always people will be on mute. They don't interact. They don't talk. They come and go.
So,
Any last questions, anyone? Or if any questions left out, you can share it with your faculty, Mohan sir, and other faculty, where they can get in touch with us. We can answer all your questions, and we would really like to see you all in an offline mode, where we can answer all the questions and also give that kind of a hands-on practicals to you, so that you can understand the industry, the roles in a better way. Thank you so much, sir.
Can we wind up, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, a very sincere thanks to the team of Clinosol, which is working for the past 20 years, I think so. 2 decades are completed. Your patient placement training, the area of clinical research is well appreciated. And I also wonder, within the 2 decades, you have got 13 awards of excellence in performance. Really appreciated. And personally, within a short notice, the session was been organized, and your coordination was well appreciated. And personally, I would like to take this opportunity in thanking the course in charges and the head of the department of Savita College of Pharmacy and the students for their commitment and advanced learning. And very special thanks to Dr. E. Bhavya Madam, J. Renuka Devi Madam, J. Saraswati Patel Madam, Mr. Premanand Sir, Dr. Sudha Madam, Dr. Jubilee Madam, Mrs. Nandini Madam, and Dr. K. Karthik Sir, students of B Pharmacy, fourth year, final year PG students, pharmacology and pharmaceutics departments who made this webinar to happen well. Why? Because students have individually registered, and also we have provided an LED display in every classes. So what students are listening to this particular webinar in the classroom through the LED display. And I will be sharing the photographs to you and Mujib sir at the earliest. And a very sincere thanks to the principal sir for providing the platform within a short notice. And as a part of each member of IP Hospital Pharmacy Division, I would take this opportunity in thanking my chairman, Dr. Edappa Ramesh sir, and also the president, Dr. Roop Narayan Gupta sir. And also the last but not least, the eminent speakers of this session, Umapriya madam, and also the CEO and founder of Clinosol, Dr. Muzabuddin sir. Thanks a lot. And as what you have proposed, I will talk to the management and my staff team. So what we can make it possible offline. So the students will be benefited a lot in that. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and the hard work. I'm saying within a very short notice, you have assembled all the students, and the sincerity, the patient listening of the students is very much important here than we organizing something. If it's not interesting to them, definitely we cannot have such kind of a wonderful session today. Still, we have 87 students staying here with us, even during the vote of thanks. So, which shows the kind of commitment and the dedication of the college, the faculty members, the kind of values you are inculcating in the students, which is very commendable, sir. Thank you so much once again to the principal, the dean, all the head of the departments, especially you for coordinating this event, Bhavya ma'am, Renuka ma'am, everybody for here joining with us. And we are all working for the benefit of the student, for their career, and especially their future growth. And we are always here to support you in any kind of regard, and we'll be definitely doing whatever is needed for Savita College of Pharmacy, as well as to the university. From our side, what kind of the official kind of formalities have to be done, definitely we'll take it ahead, sir.
Well, thank you. Thanks a lot, Mudit.
So I request my team to close it off for the day. And I wish all the students a very bright future, very bright career ahead, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. And I would like to see you all for all our free webinars. Our team will be sharing the free webinar link with you, and you can join all our free webinars at zero cost. Listen to the industry experts, not just me and Mujib sir always. There are so many experts who will be sharing their ideas, their thoughts on different areas of their expertise, and get benefited out of that.
Thank you so much, Samapriya ma'am and Mohan Raj sir. Thank you all participants for such engaging questions, for our esteemed speakers for their time and insights today. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our organizing partners, Image College, and also IPA Hospital Pharmacy Division. We hope you found today's session informative and inspiring. Don't forget to fill our feedback form. Stay connected with us on social media updates on future events. Thank you once again for joining. Wish you all the very best in your professional journey. Have a great day. Thank you, ma'am.